welcome to Daily Focus. I have heard from you that you enjoy sharing life with me and seeing the various places and events and weather and all kinds of things that is going on in my life as part of the Daily Focus experience. And so today, I'll ask you to forgive me for a lack of eye contact as I am traveling and on our way to Fort Lauderdale to pick up two of our kids that are arriving for our week in Florida. We call it Christmas in Florida for the Berlin home, and we look forward to it every year. It frees our kids up to do Christmas with the extended family, with the in-laws, and share in all of those traditions, but gives us a chance as a family to do our thing and to enjoy Florida weather at the same time. And so this is kind of a fun time, but this will be uh, the last of the children to arrive for the week, and we are certainly looking forward to it and looking forward to sharing a little bit of time with you. We're going to end the book of, or the chapter 6 of Daniel with the very familiar part of Daniel in the lion's den. And that is that we left Daniel in the lion's den being cast in, and the king saying to him, "Your God will be able to save you from the mouths of the lions." And as confident as he said that to Daniel, I don't believe he was really all that confident because uh, he fasted all night. He wouldn't let him come and play him any music, and and he was restless. And very early in the morning, the Bible says, he went to the lion's den and he rolled the stone away from the top, and he cried out, "Daniel, was your God, the God of the Most High, able to save you from the mouths of the lions?" And Daniel said, "O king, live forever." In other words, just understand that God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths, that they were not able to harm me. And the king called for them to take Daniel out of the lion's den. And then he called for the men who had set Daniel up, the men who had refused to acknowledge that God was the supreme God, that wanted to catch Daniel in something, couldn't find anything in his life, but decided that the way they were going to be able to get him found guilty was to do something that was about the principles of his life, like serving God, praying to God. And these conniving, manipulative people did not remember that there is a principle for life called sowing and reaping. It is supposed to be a positive principle, but it certainly is true in the negative realm. And what they forgot is that there is a reaping for what you are sowing. And the king helps them to understand that this is not just going to affect you. The principle of sowing and reaping is you will reap exactly what you sow. So be very careful about the seeds that you plant because they will come to harvest. And then he also says in this principle that you reap later than you sow. But maybe the one that is most applicable in this story is you reap more than you sow. And maybe the saddest part of this entire story is not that these men are killed and torn to shreds by the lions, but the Bible says that these men, their wives and their children, were thrown into the lion's den. And I think sometimes we miss that part of the story is that these men, when they were manipulating and conniving and selfishly pursuing their own agenda, forgot the fact that there was a payday someday for this type of behavior. And that it wasn't just going to affect them, but they were going to reap more than they sowed. And that is that it was actually going to affect their family. And so, as we go into today, let's remember that sowing and reaping is a very positive principle. It is the excitement of waiting for the harvest when you have planted the proper seeds. That is the excitement of this principle, that there is a payday someday for the work that you put in for the seeds that you have planted. But it is also a very negative truth for those who plant bad seeds and for those who sow evil deeds, that there is a payday. You will reap what you sowed. Oh, it comes later, and it will affect more than just you. You reap more than you sow. So remember that from this story, victorious lesson that God is able to deliver his children out of danger. But oh, how sad it is for those who sow evil deeds and then reap them later. God bless you. I hope you have a great day. Looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. God bless.